Hi everyone. Today I wanted to bring a recipe that is sugar friendly or carb conscious, we can call it. And it could be easy to make and you can take it to lunch or even have it for dinner. We will start with 2 cups of cubed chicken breast. So I cooked chicken breast for 30 minutes in the oven at 375. And I checked it at 30 minutes and I put a thermometer and it was at 165. So I knew it was perfect. So then I cubed it into little pieces like these. Here I can see like that. And it's about 2 cups in here. So that we throw into a bowl. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention, but this is a chicken salad. That's what we're making. Then a whole red apple, kind of like a bigger size. I cubed it also into little pieces to be kind of the same size as the chicken. And I'm going to put it into the bowl. Then 2 celery stalks I washed and I cut into little like rainbows or little like little things like this, if you could see it. And it's about half a cup, so it's 2 celery stalks. Then I got 2 scallions, and I also chopped it into tiny little circles. So that also goes into the bowl. And then we are going to add about 1/4 of a cup of light mayo, which I have here. And so I'm going to use my spoon here. And I'm going to say like about 3 tablespoons. It's about that. And this is about how you taste it, how you feel, like what it needs a little bit more of. But I like to use a combination of light mayo and it doesn't want to come out right now. So I'm going to let it sit for a little bit while I get some yogurt. And I have Greek yogurt, which has more protein, right? And 0% fat. So I'm going to use, and if I can open it, I'm going to use this Greek yogurt, and I'm going to use also about 1/4 of a cup. But if I want it creamier, I might use like 1/4 of a cup, which is of this container is about half the container. Okay. So I'm going to put some of that in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt, maybe like a sprinkle of salt. And this recipe is enough for about 2 to 3 people. And a little bit of pepper, also a sprinkle of pepper. And then a squeeze of a lemon. I'm going to do half a lemon. This is a pretty big lemon, so let's see how it goes. Actually, I'm not even going to use this because it's pretty big. So let's squeeze the lemon. Make sure that we don't get any of the seeds so we can squeeze it into our hands. So if any seeds fall, they fall into our hands. Okay, that's pretty good. I got all the seeds in my hands. Except one little one fell here, but I can see it. And then we're going to put it in there. Okay, and then we go ahead and we mix. We just mix everything up. And like I said, I'm going to put a little bit more mayo because I think it's looking a little bit too dry. And we want it a little bit more creamy, we can call it. And what could I use my salad? How could I eat my salad? We could use it, eat it on top of like whole grain crackers. You know, depending on the serving, I would look at the box and see how many whole grain crackers are in one serving. And see if one serving is about 15 grams to 20 grams of carbs, and that would give you one serving. Remember that at each meal, you want to have 1 to 3 servings of carbs. So it depends on which meal you're having and how good you're feeling. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more mayo if it comes out. And then I would also use it with a sandwich. I could use it with a sandwich, and like 2 slices of bread would give me 2 servings of carbs. And plus we have a little bit of carbs here because we have the apple, right? So that could give us about 3. So this could be a really easy lunch to have when you go to work, when you're going like on a trip that you could take with you, or we'd also use like a high fiber wrap. That could also help. Remember, when you're buying anything like bread, wrap, or crackers, you want to make sure that they at least have 3 grams of fiber or more per serving. So always look at the fiber. Total carbs, right below it should say fibers. And then you want to look at like having no added sugars. But if it has sugar, going to be a little bit sweet. So try to make sure that it doesn't have any more than 5 added grams of sugar, but preferably no added sugars. And at the end, for me, like I think this salad looks pretty good, like pretty creamy. But in the end, it's like it depends on how much you want to add to your salad. I would definitely add more Greek yogurt than mayo because that is less fat and more protein, right? So I hope you get to try it. I hope you get to enjoy it. And let me know in the comments how you liked it or how you served it.